Hello and welcome to Ruth Soap. I'm Ellen, and today I am going to be doing another YouTube collaboration video, and the theme is Weather the Weather. And so you have to pick your favorite type of weather and do a soap based on that, and then there's a couple of suggestions / requirements, which is so pick your weather and the colors with the colors that surround the type of weather you like, whether it's sunshine or snow or rain. And then a suggestion was to use an embed of some kind, and then to try a new technique that you've never tried before. Okay, so they want to challenge me here. So this is the 2020 YouTube collaboration, Weather the Weather. And what I've decided is my absolute favorite kind of weather is thunderstorms. I love a good lightning slashing thunderstorm, but I really just like the rain. I just think it's wonderful. I don't know, something comforts me in a thunderstorm and the rain. So that's the weather that I'm choosing to do. And so for my new technique that I've never done before, I would like to try a raindrop technique. And using this great little apparatus, Tree Marie has a tutorial on raindrops, and I followed her instructions on how to add. This is just a pipette that I cut off and taped onto the bottle here. And so she made it look really not too difficult. We'll see if I can do it. But anyway, so I'm going to use this bottle to do a raindrop in this soap. So this is the first time I've ever doing that. For the fragrance that I'm going to use, it doesn't sound like it goes with rain, but to me it does. It's called Bobbing for Apples from Wholesale Supply Plus. And it sort of smells like a fall day, sort of crisp. I don't know. I just thought it went with the whole, I love the fragrance, and I thought it went with my theme. So I'm going to do layers. The bottom layer I want to do like a green grass, and I'll be using Green Vibrance and a little bit of Jade Green from Nurture, which I just have a little bit left. So we'll just combine those two for my grass. And then I want to do a stormy sort of a sky with grayish blues, and for the colors in my stormy sky I'll be using pewter silver mica from Brambleberry and silver mist from Nurture Soap, and then stormy blue from Brambleberry. Those are going to be my sky colors, and then for my embed I'm going to attempt to make an umbrella. And then I'll use my dropper to make my raindrops. And for my raindrops, I'm going to use this ultramarine blue from Brambleberry. And I don't know if this looks blue or purple in the camera here, but it's a very true blue. So that is going to be my raindrops. So, and then for my umbrella embed, I'll just be using a PVC mold, and then I'll carve out the umbrella shape in it. And I would like to do, this is a new thing for me too, after I cut the soap, I'm going to go ahead and make little impressions in the umbrella for the handle and some decorations and paint some mica on there. So that's new for me also. I don't know, it's kind of in my head, all of this. Let's see if we can turn this into a bar of soap and sort of get the theme across for my stormy weather, rainy day, my theme. It's going to be an aloe vera soap. Is going to be my liquid portion in here, and yeah, let me get everything pulled together and get my prep work done, get my hair pulled back, and let's come back and make some rainy day inspired weather soap. All right, I'm ready to make the embeds for my Weather the Weather. Weather the Weather. So here is how I have my PVC mold. So I'm going to be making my little umbrella. And so I'll pour a round one, and then I will carve out, we'll make the umbrella shape later. So I need to get these poured, and again, what I've done here is I have these are just little cups I got at Walmart, anything that fits on here. It's a leak-proof bottom is what I've got, and I pour just a teeny bit, maybe an eighth or a quarter of an inch of melt and pour soap in there, and then I put this in and let it harden, and it makes a leak-proof base for my molds. And you just peel it off when you're done. It's wonderful. I'll show you on the flip side. I have these PVC pipes lined with a flexible cutting board that I just got in bulk from Amazon. They're super inexpensive, and I just cut it to size to fit in here, and it makes unmolding a breeze for me. So that's what we're doing. Let's get everything. The color that I'm going to use for my little umbrellas is Fire Cider from Nurture, And it just looked really pretty. I was thinking of like London and places that have a lot of rain, and I thought, oh, that's a beautiful color. So I've never used this before. I can't wait to see how it comes out. I'm not doing any swirl. This is just for the umbrella portion, and we'll work with that later. I'll show you how I'm going to shape it and add some dimension to the umbrella after we unmold this. I just wanted to show you something really fun. So the ends that I cut off of the big ones here to fit into my mold, anybody who's been following me for a while knows that I hate to waste. So I just trimmed off the open end that had a lot of soda ash and was dry, and took the plugs that were kind of like soap dough, and I've rolled these little logs, and what this is going to be is a sun in one of my it's a tiny little round embed now that I can use these as a setting sun in a mountain sort of type soap. So I actually created embeds out of the ends that I cut off here because the good news is it was very pliable to work with. The bad news is I forgot to put sodium lactate in here, which is why this was so pliable. But waste not, want not. So now I have embeds for another soap. Just thought I'd share that. So in my oils I have colloidal oats and kaolin clay. That's going on in there, and here's my aloe vera with cane sugar that I added before. I dissolved the cane sugar before I put the lye in, and it has tussa silk fiber and sodium lactate. And I'm going to go ahead and hand stir this, and we'll just pour off our layers and fragrance them as we go each step, hoping to keep the trace just nice and workable this whole time, because I have so many colors to work with today and layers. And of course I'm doing that little raindrop thing which I have never done before. So I love to be challenged. It's fun. It's a good exercise in stretching myself, doing something that I've been looking at and wanting to try, and this challenge came along. I'm like, okay, this is the time to try it. So just going for emulsion, and then I will stick blend each one. So here's my little green grass, my green vibrance. While that's setting up, I'll go ahead and just get my next colors poured off. This is the Silver Mist, this is the Stormy Blue from Brambleberry, and this is the Pewter Silver. And go ahead and get some poured off there. And also, well, as long as I'm pouring it off, here's my Ultra Blue pigment. It's ultramarine for my raindrops. All right, it's been about 24 hours since we got our Weather the Weather in the mold. Oh my, I have a feeling my umbrella's tipped kind of sideways. Let's get in here and see. So I can already see this one, the umbrella is like down in the grass and sideways, but I'm hoping I can still work with it. I can tell here it's very sideways, my umbrella. So let's see how this one, I can't see the ends on this one, so I'm curious. Let's start with this one and see how this goes. I really love the top. Let's stay positive, right? That top is pretty. All right, I'm going to cut off my little end sample piece. Oh, all right. Look at that. So what I'm going to do is make an impression for a little handle on my umbrella and do some little dots on it. Wow, that's better than I thought. I was, let's get in here and see. All right. And this bobbing for apples smells really good. That's interesting. All my drops are on the same level. I really thought I was going down at different heights. Oh well. So they look kind of funky right now, but I think after we finish up the umbrellas, I think the idea will come through. Let's keep slicing. All right, I'm going to experiment on my little sample slices here. So if I really make a mess of this, it won't be a huge loss. So what I've got here is some black pearl mica and a little bit of rubbing alcohol and some clean blue. And both are from Nurture Soap. All right, it's time to clean these all up and get my stamp on them, but here's how they ended up. I think they're really cute. So what I did was I used my little makeup brush dipped in the black mica to do the little umbrella bits, and then for the blue polka dots I used my little skewer end, and I thought the brush was a little too big to go in there, so I just dipped this in and redid them. So I used my little skewer to put the blue dots on, and then I used my clay carving tool to make the indents on the umbrella. So that is, and I did both sides of all of these. It was a little time consuming, but just kind of fun. Put on some music and putzed around with them. So there it is. Now I'm going to get these cleaned up. There we go. Weather the weather. And I chose a rainy day.